This video has been brought to you by BENTO. Last month's theme was Emerge, and it featured cool items like this adorable Deku Pop Funko keychain, this exclusive BENTO t-shirt, a Naruto minifigure, and when I opened it, I got Bobby Hill cosplaying Sasuke.
No flash photography on the trolls, please.
I also got Connect 4. I'm not even kidding, this box has a miniature Connect 4, and I think that's awesome. There's also the Black Clover lanyard, Black Clover tote bag, and the BENTO exclusive button. Next month's theme will be Impact, and it'll feature cool items from Fooly Cooly, Attack on Titan, One Punch Man, and more. If you're interested in this box, just click on the link down below and use the code word anime to get a nice discount off of your first box. This video is dedicated to Laura PAVLOVIC, who actually helped us create the top 10 list, and she has a very special message about friendship.
Hey there, I'm Laura. I've been a huge fan of Anime America, and Robyn's been a really great friend of me on Facebook. I'm so glad she asked me to help out with this list, as I've always enjoyed watching anime friendships. Thanks so much again, Robyn.
I'm not crying. You're crying.
First one to mention an obvious My Little Pony quote has to get the other a cookie.
You're on. In the past, we have always complimented the best and worst couples in anime. For this month of love, we decided to change things up a bit thanks to our awesome Patreon supporters.
Robyn, it's March.
I know I'm late. Anyways, we know love can do a lot for a person's mentality and inner strength, but the same can also be said in regards to friendship.
Even at your lowest, a great friend can always find a way to turn your frown upside down, whether it's just sitting there listening to your problems or kidnapping you to Disney World.
Okay, whoever does this, we need to be friends.
A friend can always make your day even better, no matter what life throws at you. So we're going to highlight the greatest friendships ever created in anime.
While there were a lot of candidates to choose from, we're going for the ones that made a huge impact in the other one's life, have done out-of-this-world things for the other, and create scenarios that we in the real world envy or wish we had some tissues to cry over how precious their friendship is.
This won't be easy, but we did our best to narrow it all down to just 10. With that being said, here is Anime America's top 10 best friendships in anime. What better way to start off our list than by what many consider to be the thing that kicked them off into anime to begin with. Ash and PIKACHU didn't seem like a good pair from the get-go. Ash wanted to get a Pokemon so he could become the greatest trainer that the world has ever seen. However, when he got there, literally the only thing left was a grumpy-ass PIKACHU who did not like him. Though their time together was brief, Ash already felt himself forge a bond with this PIKACHU, wanting to do anything he could to protect it. Even though PIKACHU still didn't really like Ash, Ash was willing to fight off a flock of Spearows just to protect him. And then, moved by his kindness, PIKACHU, in reply, started to protect Ash. It's a touching story, and watching the two grow together throughout the first couple seasons of Pokemon is actually a very touching thing to see. A lot of friendships are very complicated, and it's nice to see a simple friendship, something that many can relate to on just a basic level. It's a good start to our list, and a good starting point for many anime fans.
It's nice whenever you see a character far excel someone they know, but won't let their broadened capabilities deter their friendship. At least that's how I see these two. GOKU and KRILLIN from the Dragonball franchise. These two met when they were just kids trying to get Master Roshi to teach them. At the time, Roshi thought he could only train one of them, so KRILLIN was technically one of Goku's first rivals, and acted like a snot-nosed little bitch. But in their simple days, Goku and KRILLIN would train together and compete in several tournaments. But as the years rolled by, Goku would discover more of his past, and the power he really had while getting stronger and stronger, while KRILLIN would, stay small. Hashtag cry for KRILLIN. Still, no matter how much stronger and better Goku became, he still included KRILLIN in all of their adventures. Even when he has to compare himself to Vegeta, Gohan, and Piccolo, KRILLIN will still offer his help, and Goku is always eager to accept it. No matter how much they change and how they live their lives, these two will always be the best of friends. This friendship shows that no matter how impossible some obstacles may seem, you can tackle them with confidence as long as you have a great friend. Ryoko Matoi has a heavy mission to locate the person who killed her father while having to face the wrath of a seriously brutal academy. Ow. Ow. This animation style makes everything look painful. Out of the blue, however, she meets a really energetic student full of pep and cheer, no matter how many times the school bullies her. Mako Makanshoku is the best friend Ryoko needed in this insane school. She stays by her side no matter how dangerous Ryoko's path becomes, and gives her a place to call home. That and she fits huge bento boxes in her boobs. Never question anything from this anime, it has bento boobs. A show full of over-the-top characters and fight scenes, it also happens to feature one of the best friendships to face all of this insanity.
Yugi Muto and Joey Wheeler. While these two may seem like opposite ends of the spectrum, it's their differences that actually bring the two of them closer together. An ex-bully of Yugi's, Joey Wheeler would do anything to protect his little buddy, be it threatened by other bullies or pulled into extremely dangerous situations that the two of them have no control over. Yugi, on the other hand, will be the first one to tell Joey not to take a step towards violence or to take a minute to step back and calm his head so as not to rise to the bait of others. It's these differences that make the two of them such an interesting friendship and very easy to relate to, as many people can say that they have a friend that they wonder why their friendship works sometimes. But sometimes it's the differences that bring out the best in someone. And with these two, we know they'll be best friends to the very end, no matter what. Matt and Ty. Because nothing says friendship like a solid punch to the face. At first, it seems like it doesn't make any sense why these guys would be friends. All they do is fight. All they do is bicker. Like, what is the point? What are you even doing? Please, just be productive. But it's because of these conflicts and because of their differences from each other that actually brings out the best in them. Through Matt, Ty is able to stand on his own and not try to fight for any other reasons besides what he thinks is right, helping him redeem the crest of courage. Through Ty, Matt is able to see the benefit in relying on people, relying on his family, relying on his younger brother, when he always thought he had to do everything by himself, helping him understand why he got the crest of friendship. It's these differences and this dichotomy that help the two of them understand that despite all their differences, they're better together. They are stronger together. And that's part of what makes them stronger. Their weaknesses become their strength because they learn from another to become stronger. It's incredibly inspiring and one of the things that makes them the perfect leaders for the Digidestined. Yato, Hiyori, and Yukine. It's difficult to describe what works about this trio. They're not so on the opposite ends of the spectrum that their differences make them stronger, but they also don't completely fall in sync with each other since they do have different rhythms and cadences, etc. But it's the fact that they all have such a different outlook on their situation. Hiyori understanding that she now has contact with the spiritual world. Yukine understanding that he has a second life that he can live now. And Yato finding people that genuinely care and support him despite all of his ridiculousness. At first it seems like it's not going to work because Yukine just does not want to abide by Yato. He doesn't want to have anything to do with him. He doesn't mind being with Hiyori, but he thinks that Yato is just a complete waste of his time. But when Yukine's life is really in danger, Hiyori and Yato are both there to support him. They're both there to try to pull him out of his darkest moment. They both love and support him and are trying their best to save him even when it seems like everyone else has already condemned Yukine to die. I really wish I had a lot more to say with them being number 5, but it's genuinely a relationship to behold, and the support and love that they each have for each other is just inspiring. And I highly recommend, if you haven't watched Noragami, to go check it out and you'll understand what I'm talking about. Madoka and HOMURA. Madoka is just the nicest, most charming, most genuinely good human being that I've ever experienced in an anime. And that's probably how HOMURA felt the first time she saw her as well. HOMURA was just so taken by how kind Madoka was, and how much Madoka just opened up herself to anyone who cared about her, which is probably why HOMURA did anything that she could to try to save Madoka. Both being magical girls, they understood that being a magical girl would mean that eventually you would either turn into a witch or die at the hands of one. So every time HOMURA watches Madoka die over and over and over again, she turns back time and goes back to Madoka, trying to find a way to make sure that in this timeline, that doesn't happen. She tries to stop her from becoming a magical girl. She tries to prevent others from killing her, but no matter what happens, the result is always the same. One or both of them ends up dead. But HOMURA will not give up. HOMURA will continue to go until she finds a way to save Madoka, no matter what that is. And in the end, Madoka's the one that ends up saving HOMURA. Both are truly indebted to each other, and both would do anything to protect the other, even if it means to recreate the universe or defy the laws of time. We all have that friend we'd be willing to risk anything for, no matter the cost, and it's nice to see that friendship represented in our anime.
Yeah, I couldn't make this list without this amazing pair. Sure, Usagi can be friends with just about, well, anyone, but nothing compares to the amazing friendship between HOTARU and CHIBI-USA. HOTARU was nearly killed in a freak accident that actually caused her to become the perfect vessel for an evil entity named Mistress 9. That, and she also became a cyborg if you watched Crystal or read the manga. There was also really nothing good in HOTARU's life. She had no friends, her mother was dead, and she barely talked to her father. But then she meets CHIBI-USA, a sweet girl who just wanted to be her friend and spend some time with her. It all seems simple and sweet until we get towards the end of this arc. In order to fully transform into Mistress 9, she needs a really pure heart and ends up taking CHIBI-USA's heart. While the 90s anime gives HOTARU time to build her strength when Mistress 9 is weakened, the manga and Crystal shows how amazing HOTARU could really be. She is constantly fighting to control her body while protecting CHIBI-USA's heart. Once the Inner Scouts became a target, HOTARU leaps over to protect their hearts and fights with all of her strength to make sure her new friends are safe from Mistress 9's grasp. To think if she never met CHIBI-USA, she probably wouldn't have fought this hard, let alone sacrifice herself for these people. But we see her desperately trying to protect the hearts of, well, pretty much the only people who gave a damn about her, especially CHIBI-USA. She fought the odds and stood up against her fate because no one was going to hurt her dearest friends. It's this relationship and the actions HOTARU takes to fight for it that truly shows how powerful friendship can really be. Because friendship is magic.
Ha! Pay up!
God damn it. This friendship was almost our #1 pick just for the impact one person's kindness made on so many people's lives. The host club may just be a club for handsome rich gentlemen who have way too much time on their hands. Once we learn more about how they became a club, we get to see how they're also great friends. Tamaki Suo has a complicated past that caused a bit of conflict with his family. This conflict has forced him to leave his home in Europe to live with his father in a world he knows nothing about. Desperate to spread joy so he wouldn't worry his mother, Tamaki begins to search to find new friends in a world where friendship is based off of beneficial connections. This was the case for Kyoya Otori, who was forced by his father to be nice to the Suo boy for the benefit of the Otori family. Naturally, like with any other connection, Kyoya slaps on a smile and tries to befriend this new student, only to be taken on an unexpected roller coaster of emotions. For the first time, Kyoya felt out of his comfort zone and was easily getting angry with Tamaki, but this only made Tamaki more open to see who Kyoya wanted to be and how he feels about himself. Kyoya actually feels a real genuine connection with Tamaki and doesn't properly know how to react to this very open and real person. The same can be said for the other members. The twins wanted nothing to do with anyone who couldn't tell them apart and had terrible social skills due to their symmetry, but Tamaki welcomes them to the club as who they are while accepting their flaws as their greatest assets. He even influences Honey Senpai to be his cute self and welcomes him to the club where he is allowed to be whoever he wants, while also winning Mori's respect for making his dear cousin really happy. Tamaki will always find the good in everyone, no matter their background or their behavior. Because of his own past, he tries very hard to make everyone feel welcomed and accepted because, well, the host club became a second family to everyone a part of it. After much debate, we had to choose a friendship that defined their futures and characteristics, while also lasting even after death parted them. Roy Mustang has a dream to become the Fuhrer, so naturally his best friend Mace Hughes decides to join the military just to help Roy make it to the top. Through many hardships and battles, the two of them stuck it out together while helping Roy make it closer to the top. However, Hughes becomes suspicious over homunculus activity within their ranks and decides to investigate despite all the warnings. This unfortunately led to the death of Hughes as he was getting too close to discovering the answer. This death only prompts Roy to carry on where his friend left off while trying to discover who the hell killed his friend. Along this forbidden path, many secrets were discovered which led Roy to discovering the true identity of King Bradly, but also finding Hughes' murderer, Envy. While it would have been much safer for him to remain as the military's dog while not asking for any answers, Roy puts his future on the line because somebody f***ed up and killed his best friend. A part of him blames himself for the murder, as this wouldn't have happened if Hughes wasn't interested in making Roy's career look better day by day. Just stick to the status quo and think of your future, but these two were determined to make a difference in the world, and it's a goal Roy is willing to carry even after his friend is dead. This is a friendship that defies all others just by how important they were to each other, and how they'll never leave each other's hearts. You can see through his actions and choices just how much Roy loved Hughes. Even in that moment of pure rage where he wanted to kill his friend's murderer, Hawkeye has to remind him that this is not the Fuhrer Hughes would want to see. Roy shapes his future around the dream they shared together and continues to move forward no matter how painful it is going for it alone. The future can become brighter and full of hope because of Roy's determination and Hughes' devotion. With all of that in mind, we just can't compare them to anyone else. Roy Mustang and Mace Hughes, in our eyes, will always be the best and most amazing friends to ever come from anime. Well, whether you agree or disagree with our choices, be sure to leave a very friendly comment down below with your own choices. And be sure to leave a shout out to all of your dear friends in the comments below.
These lists may not always be easy to make, but it's always fun to make them with a great friend. Right, Robyn?
Aw, thank you, Hannah. It's fun making videos with your best friends.
Now where's my cookie, bitch?
Best friends forever. Yay! Hey there, if you like what we do on this channel, be sure to subscribe and click on the notification bell. If you wish to support us financially, we do have a Patreon page with numerous rewards to fit your budget. Don't forget to follow us on Twitter at Anime America, and be sure to check out our other channel, Pop Spectrum. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned, Anime America.